It's time to leave the A-liner rally and take the back roads of Pennsylvania to the northern part of Pennsylvania in Elk County. We're going to try to find some elk. But the roads were all back roads and beautiful countryside through some natural areas. We loved the drive. Taking the U.S. highways and the state routes was a big advantage in itself. But when we came to this natural area that is preserved, it's just amazingly beautiful country to drive through. And
you know, I see the clouds and the fog like this, and it doesn't really hit me as anything that'd be interesting because this is what the Smoky Mountains look like all the time. But then I think, you know, maybe there's not a lot of people in Smoky Mountains watching my videos, and this might be interesting to you, so that's why I'm adding it to the video. This is where the cold air from the sky comes down and meets the warm air coming out of the forest, and you get some impressive cloud formations at a layer. And it goes all the way. It goes a long, long way down there. We're at the George B. Stevenson Dam. This is a flood control dam. And it's got this big field. And last time I was here, there were a lot of elk in here. But the elk aren't herding up and wandering around like they usually do. The females are hiding and having calves, and I really was hoping I could see a female with a calf, but so far no good. It's too dark, and I don't think the polarizing lens I'm using is helping. That's a deer. I can see him but with my eyes. We haven't had any luck. Come on. Find an elk. They normally come out at night, at dusk. Look at this idiot. Hey, Aquila, what do you got? He's carrying his ball around because he can't find any sticks. As I drive through Pennsylvania, I'm not worried about the elk attacking me, or bears, or rattlesnakes, or any of those things. I think I've been exposed to all those things a number of times. But the thing that really scares me is this thing right in front of us. Look at the size of this rock that fell down on the side of the highway. This is absolutely huge. I wonder if anybody was driving by when this came down. There's a lot of places, a lot of highway that have these great big rock fall areas. Would that cause you concern? Where did it come from? Way up there. That's a very big rock. We are at the Elk Visitor Center, Elk County Visitor Center, whatever it is. It's always, when you come here, there's no elk. It's just a guarantee. Elk County Visitor Center, that's what it is. It's a very, very impressive building. And of course it has fake elk antlers on the door. There are about, I don't know, 5 or 10 miles of trails that take you through the forest and help you find the elk if they're around. But a lot of times they're not anywhere near where you can find them, so we're not going to spend that time doing that. But it is a very neat place. They've got, I don't know how many acres, but they do have things like rattlesnakes and porcupines and all sorts of nasty vipers and things. Let's see, you can go down here, and this is one of the big viewing things way down there. I don't know if you can see that. It's a shelter overlooking a big open field of alfalfa. This is one of the fields where you might see elk. And of course, there are none here. One of the things is it's 3 o'clock, 3:30, and they don't really come out until almost dark. So it's pretty hard to find them and see them to begin with anyways. And since it's the middle of June and the longest days of the year, we're not probably going to be able to stick around to see if they ever come out. But I don't see them out in these fields. Right. Let's go up the road to the Winslow viewing area. This is the 40 Maples picnic area, day use area in Sinnemahoning State Park. It's right along the river. This whole state park is a linear park. It's just like 300 or 400 feet along the river, and there are 40 humongous maple trees right here. Actually, I think there's only like 32 anymore. I noticed a lot of stumps have been ground away. So maybe there's 32 maples and a couple of really big pine trees like this guy here. Well, folks, yes, this is 40 Maples day use area. It's a really nice area. The whole park's really pretty nice. It's a tiny little campground that has electricity on every site and a nice single shower in each bathroom. The shower is one of the push button things you have to keep doing. I did another review of the whole campground a couple years ago. I was here in 2016, so I'll try to put that up over here. And but you might know from prior videos that I was really kind of fighting with some sciatica, and I mean it was really bad, and it wasn't going away despite taking large doses of painkillers. But I also decided that I was coming down with a bladder infection, so I got some antibiotics for that. And I took like one antibiotic for the bladder infection. Hey, don't pull. Out. Out. We need a new one of these. Anybody want to send a new one? So I took one antibiotic for the bladder infection, and the sciatica went boom, it's gone. I have no issues at all. But it's kind of like I've got an allergic reaction to the antibiotic because my whole body feels like it's been pummeled by a train. Every joint, every muscle aches. But I think the antibiotic's doing good, and I'm going to continue to take it so I can live with it. We have been because I feel so bad. We've been cloistered away in the A-liner trying to get some sleep. Akila doesn't like to let me get sleep at night. From around 9:30 until 2, he's okay with sleep. And then he decides that he needs to get up on the bed, and the bed's too small for both of us. It's one of the reasons we have the new wolf pup. But he jumps on top of me, squeezed, like wrapped up in my sleeping bag, because I use a sleeping bag. And I can't really sleep very well that way. So for the last day and a half, he has been kind of locked in the car, which isn't very fun for him, but he's a good boy. He understands. So we were sleeping from, say, 11 o'clock this morning until 5 o'clock. And we got up at our usual 6 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock, took a shower, and went out looking for elk. And of course, the elk are only in the morning and at night. And yesterday we stayed out till 10:30 looking for elk, but of course in the dark, you can't really see them. And this is June, the longest days of the year, so it's not an easy task to find elk. And they're not really all that active like they are in the rut. When they're in the rut, they're all over the place and they're herded up and you can see them a lot easier. But right now the females are hiding with their calves, and I really wanted to get some pictures of calves and elk. But from here we go on to the Finger Lakes, and hopefully I'll be in better shape tomorrow. I feel much better after 5 hours of sound sleep without Aquila. And now he's just out here playing in the Dave's area where there's nobody. It's rained since day one of the A-liner rally. The only day it did not rain is the day we were in the factory. I don't think that's fair. Every other day it rained several times. These little storm clouds would come by and just dump a ton of rain. My car was flooded several times because we'd go to something in the A-liner rally, and I'd leave him in the car because he couldn't come into where we're eating and stuff, and I'd leave windows down because it's sunny, and then all of a sudden the sky would open and my car would be flooded. All my gear and all my stuff all flooded. So has not been a good trip so far. It's rained every day here. It's rained every time I get the car rolling, it starts to rain. Every time I decide we should go for a hike, it starts to rain. And they're just quick 10 or 15 minute rainstorms, but they drop a lot of water. So it's a pain in the butt. I'm hoping that when we get up north, this huge low pressure system that is kind of working its way up into the northeast will go away. Go away. And 4th of July will be better. If I'm in the Moose River Plains with a lot of rain, I'm going to be very upset, because that's not an easy place to be happy in an A-liner if it's rainy. So that's this thing, and like I say, I'll put up if you want to see what Sinnemahoning and the fall elk rut is like, there's lots and lots. If you come here, you want to plan carefully when you're going to try to see elk, because they're definitely mostly in the evenings, in the mornings. In the rut, they started to come out around 4 o'clock. Right now, they're coming out, I'm told, around 7 or 8 o'clock. 25, 45 mile an hour roads. Hey! So anyways, I hope you enjoyed some of this video. I'm sorry it's a little short, but I don't want to get you guys all sick. And we'll see you in the Finger Lakes in a week or maybe a couple days. Who knows? Thanks, folks. Check out this video. Bye-bye.